Hi, Waypoint Partners. My name is Tim Cole, and we asked for your input here this week about some creative Christmas Eve ideas that you may be trying to implement this year as you're beginning to plan for your Christmas Eve services. Some of them may be influenced by the COVID season that we're in, but other ones might be great ideas that you'd share. And so we've got 10 ideas to give you in 10 minutes or less on this sheet of paper. But before we dive into that, I want to encourage you to check out the playlist of our other 10 and 10 videos that we've got on our YouTube channel. And we'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and even hit the little bell as you subscribe to where you'll be notified every time we upload a great video like this and others for you to check out. So I'm ready to dive in. Hopefully you've started programming and planning for your Christmas Eve service, and we got some great ideas. I've kind of divided them into two categories. One is kind of for internal for your church, and I was very pleased that a lot of the best ideas that we received were really outreach opportunities for making an impact or a special element for people outside of your church on Christmas Eve. So I'm going to run through the internal ones quickly and then talk maybe about the outreach ones a little bit more fully, and probably the best one or two I'm saving for last, just so you watch the whole 10-minute video. So if you're ready to get started, let's go. The first one from our good friend Wayne Wagner at the Liverpool Christian Church told us that they were looking to have some kind of fun element as depressing as this whole year has been, to finish off with something fun. And so they are having what they're calling a Glam or Grinch kind of dress-up contest for their Christmas Eve, kind of a wrinkle on the ugly Christmas sweater contest. He said he's renting a really ugly light blue tuxedo to wear, which I do not want to see photos of, but something for your church to have a good time with, to have a good laugh about, to finish the season as your church family gathers for one of their last gatherings for the year. Another idea is to have a winter Wonderland indoors. E.L. Jones at Compass Christian Church in Mechanicsville told us that he was trying to figure out how to get a snow machine indoors so that when they sing Silent Night, that the snow would come down and be a really nice element. We had someone tell us that they were using glow sticks for the Silent Night at the end of the service rather than traditional candles or even the battery kind of candles, but glow sticks create a nice ambiance, something for people to take home with them that'll glow the rest of the evening and into the next day. We also had some good ideas. E.L. Jones also told us they're having a photo booth set up for people to take family photos there as they come to the Christmas Eve service. All moms and grandmas are going to want to have that photo there as people are dressed up for Christmas Eve. That's a great idea. Another idea that actually came from many churches was that because of COVID, that they're either streaming their online service or that they are pre-recording their online service and providing it in the morning of Christmas Eve, and a family could watch that at any time. And so even if they aren't going to come physically to your property for Christmas Eve, that they can watch it at 5 p.m. or 9 p.m. or right before midnight, like some of the times my family growing up, we'd go to that midnight Christmas Eve service. But it's available for your family to watch it online. Shorter service, 30, 40, maybe 45 minutes. With that, several churches told us that they were having people record 3, 4, 5 minute talks from their living room around their Christmas tree, whether it's staff or elders or ministry leaders, small group leaders, that they're making that the bulk of the text of the service around some songs that are plugged in as well. And so I think that's a great idea. Joe Thompson from Smithfield Church and Steve Paisley from the Mount Ivy Church gave us those ideas. Justin Wallace is using this idea, but to another angle, is that they're pre-recording that service as well as their December 27th service, and giving their staff almost 2 weeks off after the craziness and difficulty of all the frustrations and extra work required this whole year, practically since March, to make church happen, that they're giving their staff an extra several days off over the season, closing the offices, saying we're done, even just streaming or doing the premiere online option of the Sunday service on the 27th, so that their staff and setup crew doesn't have to be there on that Sunday morning. The last one is related to this. It's internal, having streamed services. with people speaking, but Mark Wilkinson at the Journeys Crossing Church in Gaithersburg, Maryland, told us that they are inviting people as local artists and even internally within the church, but also other groups outside the church to come in and record one of the songs that they're going to be using for their stream service. And so, and even kind of making a music video, a music album. And I think that's a great outreach opportunity, particularly for those that you would invite from outside your church to do that, because they're going to then invite their friends and family to be a part of viewing that service on Christmas Eve because they were part of it. And so if you can find local bands or other worship groups or whatever to create an element or a segment of your service with their own 3-minute Christmas video, music video, I think that's a great idea. The rest of these are outreach ideas. One of them I think is a great idea that we got from Shannon Smith at Momentum Church, is to have an art gallery around your building, Christmas, winter art. And it could be people inside your church that would do this, but also inviting people outside your church, whether they're at a school or some other civic group, to have kids or even adults make Christmas art that would be hung around your building. And it's kind of like when they do that at the library or at the airport. You're going to go and see that art hanging from the wall, even if you're not from that church. And so people would come to your church on Christmas Eve to see the art gallery that they're a part of because you've invited them to create some artwork for your Christmas Eve services. One of the best ideas I like comes from Michael Bartlett at Collective Church in Frederick, Maryland. And many churches have been doing this just in the last couple of years, which is that they're using the Christmas season to pay off medical debt. And there's an organization, there's several, but the one that they're using is RIP Medical Debt. And that they are buying the debt of people within a particular zip code, and that they'll get a letter saying, hey, for this Christmas season, we've paid off your outstanding medical debt. And you can pay that off on literally pennies on the dollar. And so they have discovered that there's $1.2 million in medical debt that can be written off, that they are purchasing that debt from the collection company. And so what a tremendous outreach that would be for the church to be able to say, hey, because of Jesus' love for you, we're going to pay off the debt that you've had for years yet to be paid off. It's all paid off this year. Another idea from the New Life Church in Roanoke is that they're giving people a take-home bag at the Christmas Eve services, but included in that is some cookie dough for your family to bake Christmas cookies, not for you to eat, but for you to give to a neighbor, inviting them to church when church restarts in January or on the 27th, as just a natural way to invite neighbors to come to church. I like that. The final idea I also like, I heard from the Momentum Church, is a big tip. And it's kind of a variation on a theme that I've heard of before, but to order a big order of a meal through DoorDash from one of your local restaurants and give that to your staff or all the volunteers that are helping drive your Christmas Eve service, because they've got to go home and then have a meal for their family. And so rather than cooking, you're going to provide them that meal. That's a great idea. But then you take up an offering with people's cash there in the service, and when the delivery person comes, the DoorDash delivery person comes to give them that cash offering of several $100s potentially, because they're out working on Christmas Eve. And so to give them that would be a very special moment of saying, hey, we want to bless you this Christmas Eve for you and your family to have this pretty nice cash gift as a big tip for them delivering the meals for your work crew for Christmas Eve. So all of those ideas are great ideas. I hope that you're really strategizing not only on how you can do a great job for your people on Christmas Eve, whether it's elements like a snow machine or candles or music videos, figuring out how to stream the services, or because of social distancing, have extra services, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. But also that you can use this as an opportunity, the Christmas Eve programming, to strategically find some way to bless a group of people, families in your area, whether that's the local food bank through donations or something else, that your church would do something outside of yourselves for Christmas Eve. So that's our 10 ideas, hopefully in 10 minutes or less. And we hope you go to our other videos on our YouTube channel. Subscribe for a number of videos that we have that you can use to get on mission and stay on mission as a church. Have a great